The High Republic Phase 2 is just around the corner. To get ready, here is a recap of Phase 1. The galaxy has largely known nothing but peace for nearly 800 years since the end of the Sith Wars. The Jedi Order and the Republic are both at their height of power and idealism, but a ship called the Legacy Run is mysteriously torn apart as it travels through hyperspace, and the debris enters real space, threatening the lives of the planet Hetzal. The Jedi arrive and save as many people as they can. Jedi Master Avar Kriss becomes known as the hero of Hetzal. But more debris continues to appear throughout the galaxy. At the planet Trimand 4, Yoda leads a group of Padawans to protect the world. Lula Talisola is assisted by a Force-sensitive resident of Trimand named Zine, who hid her abilities from her friend Crix and planetary leaders who believed use of the Force was wrong. A marauder group known as the Nihil attack the world at the same time, taking Crix with them in their escape. As debris continues to threaten the Outer Rim, a Jedi transport takes refuge in a seemingly abandoned space station covered in plant life. There, a bookish Padawan named Reath Silas and several other Jedi find ancient Sith statues, which they remove from the station to study. Their actions inadvertently awaken the plants, sentient carnivorous creatures known as Drengear that the Sith had put to sleep with the statues. Drengear begin to wake up and wreak havoc across the Outer Rim. The Nihil work with the Drengear to help their spread, including to the Jedi outpost on the planet Banshee. They are defeated thanks to the efforts of Jedi Knight Lily Tora Asi. The Nihil leader, Marchion Ro, who was responsible for the destruction of the Legacy Run, sends his lieutenants, known as Tempest Runners, to raid and pillage the Outer Rim. They sabotage a transport ship, destroying it, stranding a Jedi Knight named Vernestra Ro, a Padawan named Imri Kantaros, and a gifted young girl named Avon Staros on a hostile planet. They are eventually rescued, and Vernestra takes Imri as her Padawan after his master dies in the transport ship's explosion. Marchion sacrifices one of his Tempest Runners in a massive battle against the Jedi, while he captures a Jedi Master named Loden Greatstorm and searches for the pieces of a great weapon he believes will bring the Jedi Order to its knees. Yoda disappears while he investigates Marchion's actions. After defeating the single Tempest, the Jedi believe the Nihil are defeated and reconvene at Starlight Beacon, a massive space station in the Outer Rim built to give aid to the growing planets on the Republic's frontier. Leader of the Republic, Chancellor Lina So, plans a grand Republic fair. Avar Kriss, a newly promoted knight named Keeve Trennis, and several other Jedi search for a way to stop the Drengear. They successfully find their progenitor and put it into stasis, which causes the creatures across the galaxy to once again fall dormant. But in their absence, the Nihil attack the Republic fair. A young Padawan named Ram Jomaram joins forces with Lula and Zine to restore communications to the fair, turning the tide of the battle. The Jedi who are present, including best friends Stellan Gios and Elzar Mann, valiantly defend the citizens gathered there. Stellan saves the life of the Chancellor, becoming another public hero of the Jedi Order. He takes several Jedi, including Loden Greatstorm's Padawan, Bel Zettifar, to chase the Nihil back to their base. They handily drive the Nihil into a retreat and nearly save Loden, but Marchion unleashes his secret weapon, and the Jedi Master is mysteriously petrified into a pile of dust. A Jedi investigator named Imric Kaftor begins looking into Greatstorm's death with the help of a private eye named Cyan Holt. They learn that the Nihil have gained access to mysterious creatures known as the Shriekarray or the Nameless, or Eaters of the Force. One of Marchion's Tempest Runners, Lorna D., who very publicly took part in the attack on the Republic fair, is believed to be the leader of the Nihil by the Jedi. She is briefly captured, but keeps her identity secret from the Republic until she can escape. Her escapades gain her even more notoriety. Vernestra, Imri, and Reath investigate some unexplained phenomena in hyperspace and discover an experimental weapon called Gravity's Heart that can pull ships out of hyperspace. They destroy it. Avar Kriss and Keeve Trennis hunt down Lorna D. Avar becomes obsessed with bringing her to justice and nearly kills her, but is stopped from going too far by Keeve. Avon Staros is kidnapped by the Nihil, and Vernestra and Imri track her to the planet Dalna. They save her, but their enemies set off tectonic activity on the planet. Starlight Beacon travels there to rescue its inhabitants from the natural disaster. Lula and Zine grow close during their hunt for Crix, who himself rises up the ranks of the Nihil after feeling betrayed by his friend Zine. They successfully capture him, and Lula is offered the rank of Jedi Knight, but she asks for time to think about her future after developing romantic feelings for Zine. Meanwhile, Zine joins Reath and Ram on a mission to Coruscant, where they begin to investigate whispers of the Nihil infiltrating the core of the galaxy. Yoda reappears, and they are all able to stop a Nihil plot to steal a number of ships meant to attack Starlight Beacon, which has been traveling from planet to planet to offer relief from other Nihil attacks. Reath is promoted to the rank of Jedi Knight. While Starlight Beacon is occupied, Marchion Ro personally attacks Banshee. Facing overwhelming odds, Lily destroys the Jedi outpost to protect whatever it is he seeks inside. A Nihil strike team sneaks on board Starlight Beacon and unleashes several Shrieker. They also sabotage its engines, setting it into the orbit of the planet Irem, where it will eventually crash. The Eaters of the Force greatly diminish the Jedi's powers, but they still evacuate the station. Several Jedi are petrified during the chaos. Stellan Gios gives his life to ensure the remains of Starlight Beacon crash safely into Irem's oceans and not its cities. Marchion Ro publicly announces himself as the leader of the Nihil. He unleashes a weapon that restricts hyperspace access into the Outer Rim based on the technology of the Gravity's Heart. He claims that area of space for himself and demands the Republic and the Jedi stay away. And that's the end of Phase 1 of the High Republic. In all honesty, you might not need to know any of this before reading Phase 2 because it will take place 150 years before all of this, but still, it's probably good to have a refresher. And I want to note this is a pretty basic summary. I'm heartbroken that I couldn't include everything and everyone. I didn't even mention Geode, which is a travesty, but this was a lot harder than I thought it would be. So many of these stories take place at the same time, and trying to keep it brief was difficult. But I hope that helps you get ready for Phase 2. I'm honestly just as excited to dive into the new books and comics as I have been to get into Andor. It's only been like 6 months since Phase 1 ended, but I have really missed it. Phase 2 begins on October 4th with the novel Path of Deceit by Justina Ireland and Tessa Gratton. Until then, please like this video, subscribe to the channel for all our High Republic coverage, follow us on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, and consider checking out our Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.